Hey guys, Creature here, and today we're talking about thermal night fighting rifles.
Giving into love and sharing my time, letting someone into my misery. I told it all step by step. How was it on the island? And how I swim across the sea, and it crosses my mind that I may wake to a knife in me. No more breath in my hair, or ladies' underwear tossed up over the alarm clock.
Alright guys, so chances are if you've seen the intro, you know what this video is about. It's about budget thermal optic setups and budget rifle setups for thermals. And we're basically just going to go through this optic setup. I'm going to tell you guys how to zero it. I'm going to tell you guys the ranges I've took it out to, the modes I like using, what modes they offer, and how many reticles they offer as well. And then we're going to kind of get into the rifle setup, and then we're going to give our closing thoughts, and then I'll let you guys go. As far as sponsors for this video, I am the only one paying for everything. Everything is paid for by me. So, getting into the optic setup, this is an AGM Rador V2 35x384. Basically, this is the most budget that I wanted to go for this thermal review, or budget thermal rifle review. Literally picked this up, mounted the ADM mount to the bottom that came with it, torqued it, witness marked it, everything else, got it on the rifle, and immediately was eager to go zero it and then start shooting stuff tonight. So essentially, the stuff that comes with it, it'll come in this cool little AGM box. The box better be cool if you're paying like $1,500 for the optic. But essentially, your modes, as far as your thermal modes, is white hot, red hot, and then fusion, and then black hot. Fusion is the best to observe and scout and then pick out something from the foliage, or in the woods, or in a field. It really just pops out at you, but it's really hard to kind of tell if you're actually going to kill something with it. For me, fusion's just not my thing for actually shooting stuff, but it is for locating stuff, because it kind of attracts your eye whenever you catch something with thermal. And then I usually go to black hot, zero in on it, and then kill it, because black hot kind of makes your eyes perceive more like they usually would. You can actually see stuff, and you can see shadows and stuff. So that's just how I like to do it. My other dudes that have been running this thermal and another thermal, they just prefer different modes, so everybody's different. But other than that, that's the modes. The zeroing, I'll tell you guys how to zero it, because a bunch of people don't really put that in their videos, but usually, you know, the crappy way of zeroing it is literally shooting it into dirt. It's 35, yards away, and then adjusting the zero to the hot spot in the dirt. You can do that. It's just not going to be very accurate unless you're really lucky and you can get it, pretty close to where you were shooting. But AGM has a one-shot zero type of freeze frame thing in their scope, so you can literally aim at a target, shoot, freeze it exactly where you were aiming, and then walk it over to the actual impact point. Then you're literally almost roughly zeroed, and then you got to do like a couple more confirming shots to make sure you're actually zeroed and you're actually getting really tight grouping, and then you're zeroed. As far as targets wise, because they don't show up on usual targets, because it's thermal, it picks up on heat, so if anything's cold or hot, it's going to really throw it off, and then you're not going to be able to see your hits. And then you're going to chase like 2 or 3 mags of 5.56 just to get it zeroed. So essentially, I'm going to tell you guys a little cheat code. You either get a hot hands or you get, whatever it might be. Don't use a water bottle because it's too big of a target to zero on, because if you hit it at the top and it explodes, okay, I hit it, but where did I hit it? I literally have a foot of space that my gun is zeroed in, so I don't know exactly where I'm hitting. Don't use a water bottle. Take a hot hands, scrunch it up into like a ball, and then like put it in a little hole in a cardboard target, and then you can literally just move, and then when you shoot it, you've shot within like whatever it is, an MOA or whatever, so it's roughly zeroed. The second option that I use the most is take a cardboard target or whatever you have that's kind of like a target, and then literally duct tape a little square piece of tinfoil. Make sure you point it towards the sun, so the little piece of tinfoil is heating up, so it's really getting hot, but the cardboard's staying relatively cold. And literally set back at your preferred range. Put your range into your scope that you zeroed it at. Get your reticle. It has 10 different reticle options. I prefer like more of a mil scope reticle that it has for it, just so I can account for drop. And then you literally line it up, shoot, go to your point of aim that you were just aiming at that little square at, freeze it, walk it over, literally get in there, put it on the point of impact that you round hit, literally zero it at the tinfoil again, and then before you know it, you have 3 rounds right in the tinfoil, and it's 80 yards away and you're zeroed. So I've never changed the zero after that. It's just basically been the same zero, so it hasn't lost zero, which is awesome. And I've been witness marking the mount and everything, and it hasn't lost zero yet. As far as the current round count on this optic, it's 1,300 rounds over the course of 3 months. To some people that's a lot, to some people that's not that much of a review, but I kind of see it as a pretty heavy review for a thermal optic. That being because 1,300 rounds in 3 months is just what most people shoot in a whole year, if not a year and a half or 2 years. So it's been pretty strenuously tested over the course of a pretty short period of time. So that's it for basically the basics of the thermal. The battery life is pretty good unless you get down to about 15 degrees outside for about an hour or two, and then it drops down from 9 hours on the usual down to about 5 hours, so just keep that in mind. Other than that, the batteries aren't really a problem. I would love for them to take other types of batteries, more common use batteries, but it's just whatever. They do take proprietary ones, but you can just stock up on them, and you can stock up on the chargers as well. That's about it for the thermal itself, and then we're going to get into the rifle a little bit, and then after that we'll get into how far I've taken this actual rifle out to shoot. I'll drop some footage over the top, drop some images of some of the kills I've got, and then we'll give our closing thoughts, and I'll let you guys go. So let's get into it. Well, this is very budget for thermals, but this is basically really good performance at the very bottom of the line before you can't even tell what you're looking at. So keep that in mind. As far as budget rifle, this is a BCM KMR railed 16-inch upper, so like the Recce upper. It's in 5.56 on a standard Ruger AR 5.56 lower, and then the suppressor is a OCL, Otter Creek Labs Polonium K. This is the short can, and it works perfectly fine on barrels that are like, 11 inches and longer. It doesn't really have that much of a flash, and it's not that loud, but on longer barrels, especially at night, it's perfectly fine. And coyotes and other things, foxes and certain other animals, if you shoot them, or if you shoot one of their friends, they don't even move, they just act confused, and then it gives you a chance to shoot them. Now, you don't have to go out and get a suppressor for your thermal night gun or your thermal fighting rifle, but keep in mind, if you're fighting humans in Minecraft, you want flash reduction, you want signature reduction, you want all the help you can essentially get. So I would advise getting a suppressor for your night rifle, of course your thermal, and kind of curve your night rifle more towards the I'm blind as a bat and I can't see when I'm reloading or fidgeting with my rifle. So extended charging handles, magwell extensions for ease of reloading, bad levers or whatever, Geisley Maritime bolt catches and stuff like that, just so you can get more hands on at night where you can't actually see what you're doing. So just keep that in mind as well. Right now I have a Magpul bad lever, I have a ambidextrous safety, Magpul K2 grip, waffle stock just because for the vibes, Magpul RSA QD attachment, Magpul QD like MS3 or MS4 2-point sling, BCM Keymod angled grip, I think either a Harris bipod or a knockoff Harris bipod, Streamlight HLX, no pressure pad because I don't want NDs that'll scare animals away, so I just have the actual light cap, and then suppressor. So essentially this is my build for a budget rifle. This rifle sitting as is with the suppressor is around almost 2,500, 2,700 plus the thermal, then you're into the 3,800, like 3,700 range, almost $4,000 for a budget setup. So you don't have to drop 4K, but if you want to look cool on Instagram and you want to actually not blow out your eardrums at night when you're hunting animals. Good. Sender.
Definitely wear a hot robe when you shoot suppressed.
Yeah. This type of setup is ideal for thermal and night fighting. Now there's two different things with night fighting. If you're using analog tubes, actual night vision, your gun's gonna look totally different from this. If you're using a mounted clip-on thermal, totally different from this. This is just a thermal optic setup for a rifle that's like mounted to your gun that you cannot remove really without being scared of losing zero and stuff like that. So this is a very dedicated thermal build. I mean, of course you can go with clip-ons, and then you can have your regular GPR, SPR, whatever you want to, put the clip-on onto, or just a helmet-mounted thermal, so you can pick up stuff with your bridge like PVS-14 and stuff like that. So that's just things to look into and consider before you go out and spend it all on a dedicated thermal rifle. You might just try out some clip-ons, you might try out whatever and just see what works best for you. But this works best for me at this moment, so that's basically it for the rifle and the optic. And as far as distance, we've shot this thing out to about 600 yards. Daytime and nighttime, it doesn't really make a difference with thermal.
Uh-oh. There you go. Stinky 1 in 7 twist rate users.
Thermal is just so cool at long range because you can actually see your hits and you can just walk in your rounds. Compared to scopes where you might see some dirt fly up or whatever and then you have to Kentucky windage it. Thermals, you can literally see your hotspot of your round, where it hit and everything else. So that's cool. I would say if you don't have a thermal, buy one. If it takes you a couple months, if it takes you a year, go ahead and do it. It's worth it. You won't die in the streets, as they always like to say. But then also get night vision. The most important thing really is training with it. A dude that has a crappy thermal and no night vision and trains 24/7 is going to kill you if you're sitting here with quad nods and 3 different clip-ons and like 5 different helmet-mounted clip-ons. He's going to kill you before you can even touch him. So training's an important little thing for basically anything firearms related and gear related. So just go out there and train and get good with your stuff. Find a group to train with. If not a group, just train as hard as possible. Just better yourself every single day as far as training wise. And that's about it for the video. I do have the Far Cry video releasing next, and then a combat shotgun or drone shotgun video as well releasing. So just stay tuned for that. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.